What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part, I want to say 17-ish of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Aranessa Saltspite campaign. So as we saw last time, we advanced several turns forward and in the doing have pretty much taken out the Rapturous excess and what remains of the Norskins that were close to us. May even warrant a peace treaty with these guys while we work on Rakarth. Out here we were also able to knock down Vulkar the Grim's army and will be looking to destroy his faction this turn so he can threaten our Blue Rose's allies no further before looping back around towards Baric Var, Kislevites, and then heading on westward into the absolutely messed up Bretonnian territories, though it looks like Kurun and the Chevalier are at least holding on to the north fairly well. Before we get started, we once again did manage to reach the threshold, and once again this episode will be around an hour long, though I do have a tendency to go over, and once again the offer stands: 250 likes and 40 comments, and the next episode will follow the pattern. Also, between the episodes I had a couple of ideas. First of all, Charlie Sharp. Since we now have the various named animated Hulks in here, we're going to make him our fleet warrant admiral, at least for now. Later this will probably go to the Depth Guard army, as in this particular buff, but for now, because he's using animated Hulks and boarding crew, both of them would benefit nicely from these. I've also temporarily made Lana the Lucky the fleet sailing admiral, simply so that we have the campaign movement range +5, though we'll probably do some swapping around, as once O'Bones McDonald gets to level 10, he's going to get Fleet Secretary, or level 8, because he has the most expensive army that we currently have, and thus we'll need that upkeep reduction. In addition to that, since we're going to be using piles of boarding crew and the animated Hulks here, we're going to grab a couple of units of Unholy Lodestone Corpse Carts from the Blue Roses. Nothing fancy, mind you, but it'll keep this army a lot stronger than it generally is, and then other than Vargeists and Black Coaches, there, well, I guess to some degree the Crypt Horrors, there isn't really anything else that the Caravan of Blue Roses has currently teched to that we want. So yeah, we'll wait until they get Ghostly Units and Blood Knights and Mortis Engines and whatnot. Too bad you can't steal heroes. Ooh, Trusty Montfort, you can go for the Captain's Cabin. Ooh, it's a little bit on the expensive side, though. You know, I'll give that some thought. It isn't super necessary right now since you're acting as our recruiter. Also, does this... No, it does not. I was hoping that the main deck would reduce recruitment cost in the same way that the barracks does in the main line, but oh well, not a big deal. Let's get going, shall we? There is not much to do in the way of moving, so I believe we're ready to end the turn. Skip, 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 Garrison Lord, here not moved, and yes. End the turn now. Let's see if anything interesting happens. Maybe I should have pieced out with Norska at the end. Nah, we could just do it right now. McCarthy, you wanted an aggression pack that's cute. You know what's about to happen, don't you? Very shortly we'll be attacking you. Alright, Norska, will you ask for peace? I think they asked it from us last turn or something else, so they might not do it again. No, they will not. Nonetheless, I'd like to see how much peace is worth it, or how much it's worth to them. It would be nice if also the Middle Sea Brigands would actually move towards us. Ally mobilize against settlement, ally begins outpost construction, right expires Curse of Eternal Service, though we'll wait on actually using it, and recruit war beasts, maybe. Alright, you, give us all your money, and then in 10 turns we'll be approaching you again and killing you. I mean, it's going to take more than 10 turns to get to him while we work on Rakarth's territories, so why not? There we go. Propose offer, very nice, very nice. That'll fund a few more things. And we're still balancing around that 1,000 income per turn, which is quite interesting. Lana and Charlie, hey, you two need to start moving your way towards Zaragoza, so right here, and I assume they can't reach us. And then the temporary troops, such as they are in Lana's and Charlie's army, will no longer be necessary once we've taken this out, though it looks like this will be auto-resolvable. At least it seems like it. Anyway, let's see what Aranessa has got down here. Can you actually... Oh, you can. Fantastic. It does work. Beautiful. Alright, so, Charlie Blacksail. We got you for a reason. You're gonna hit the Dehaulas camp, so that Aranessa can hit the Scabbii camp. Alright, after. We're gonna auto-resolve you. A little bit more damage than I'd like, but it is what it is. And occupy. We could sack it. No, we wouldn't be able to take it then. And another Sartosan shipwright and another Sartosan mapwright. And more boy Seaman. Okay. PD PD the Tale Teller. Yes, this will be useful, just not on you, per se. So, we want to take away the Sartosan shipwrights. Mapwrights? It's mapwrights, isn't it? Yeah, and give those to lords, because I'm 99.9% sure they don't actually work on heroes, and only on lords. And I did give you one before, didn't I? Yes. And I just gotta make sure that every single one of our lords has one. I know that Maddie does, but I'm going to check anyway. And Harold does. In fact, we just use this. Harold does, yes, and haven't given him the other stuff, but I haven't decided what he's going to get yet. And Lana... You have a Sartosan map right? No, you do not, but you should. Alright, Ancillary, Sartosan map right to you. Charlie, Sartosan map right to you. And anybody else? O-Bones, McDonald, did we give you one? We did. Alright, I think we're out of lords that actually need them now, so we're good to go. And, what the heck? I accidentally... I was clicking around and then pressed dig for treasure. Oh, game. Why you do this to me? And, ooh, would you look at that? Vlad has taken Nuln. Huh. Yeah, I know who you are, Vlad. How much do you want to ally with us? -3, eh? 19k, that ain't happening at the current time. I need to do some raiding and some hero actions against these guys. The unfortunate aspect of him taking Nuln is that he's close enough to Fildorf that it may warrant not building the Pirate Cove here at 5k, especially if it falls to Vlad. Meaning we should send you out to dig somewhere. Meaning, let's start moving you north, I guess. And keeping an eye on the territories around here while we're at it. Also gotta get the digs going over there. But anyway, Nessie, head out to Scabbii camp, and these guys will be able to retake the Howless camp. Oh, which means, Charlie, you're going to have to be deleted this turn, but whatever. I guess we can auto-resolve this. It is a decent pile of dwarfs, though. It's a lot of longbeards and stuff. Obviously, they wouldn't have any chance. Well, then again, we are hurt. Might be worth fighting. I'll think about it. Yeah, these guys are going to attack Charlie. Charlie, you have served us well for the single turn. We will bring you back later. Like so. And we could trade to Howless Camp immediately if we wanted to as well. Certainly a thought. I also really want to grab Baric Var before the ogres do, so that we can trade it to them in the hopes of an alliance. But as to whether we'll be able to reach him remains to be seen. Maddie, I have to wonder whether we move you immediately. Raid over here. Nah, I guess we'll... Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll grab the Circle of the Sun just to trade it to our allies. And yeah, it's going to cost us gold, but I'd like this entire territory shored up. And then we'll trade Toran Rock as well, which will probably be worth more than the Circle of the Sun. At least I would imagine, so keep up on that. Aranessa, you're probably going to fight in a sec. Harry, I guess you're going to start raiding Ricard's territories. Go to Magritta first, though. I imagine you wouldn't be able to raid right here. We'll see. Cabreros will make more money for us, but it is what it is, and in fact you can go into raiding. Lovely. Alright, well, Ricard's not going to be happy about that, but, well, he's going to be even less happy when we kill him. So, you know, it's all relative, right? Gang Presser Sea Legs. Shipwreck, what do we have here? And explore the island. What do we have in terms of defenders? Oh, it'll kill off a boarding crew? You gotta be kidding me. This is a waste of time. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna fight this manually, but I'm just going to cut it out so that we don't... it's one boarding crew. I'm almost disinclined to use my time like that and want to just delete the boarding crew and raise a new one. I just raise a new one, screw it. Rather not waste the time. Let's get the money, and the ransom captives will pay for the additional boarding crew. So yeah, and hey, that gave us a siren. Very, very nice. And materials at sea. Oh my. Wait, gang presser sea legs. Materials at sea changes things. It changes things a lot. I'm concerned now. Wait. I need to take advantage of this. I was not expecting this. And it makes me very happy. Okay, wait, how do we do this? We need to take this opportunity to upgrade everything that's expensive. So Remos, we'll need to upgrade you, and Varezzo as well. What we'll want to do is trade your units to somebody. Meaning, we want you to land at Remos, and we'll also want to summon a hero here. I guess a temporary vampire fleet captain, unless there's one that can become a digger. Let me see here. Disciplined, fleet-footed, aggressive, intelligent. None of you can become a digger. I guess the question is, do we want one of these guys in Charlie Sharp's army? You're a vampire lord, yes? Yeah, you are. Maybe we get a Deathlore fleet captain, just because we can. When's a magic power reserve +2. Ooh, and there's a Spirit Leech one. You know what? I like that. Katrina Drury. She can double up on Spirit Leech if needed. It'll mean no deeps, but we don't need it everywhere. Alright. You're gonna get summoned. Then, we're going to give you this. And at least temporarily, we're gonna pop you into Gangpresser Sea Legs' army. Actually want to see something else now, damn it. Alright, sorry guys, there's gonna be a little bit of admin in this particular episode as, well, the materials at sea vastly changes the dynamic here. This is where we snowball our entire campaign, just off of this. Why am I looking at Aranessa? I wanted to see... Oh, I wanted to see not Aranessa, but the gunnery white. Your skills give you vendor contracts, hero action cost, and hero recruitment. That's all fine. I wanted to see whether you reduce construction costs with anything. Yes. Construction costs -5% for all buildings, local region, which means we want to get one of these guys in that army instead. So we'll build another one. And we have Lore Keeper, Research, Winds of Magic. None of these really help all that much, but I guess we'll do the Lore Keeper one. Alright, and then you're going to move up here and you're going to join that army. We will be able to get organized once you're at rank 10, which is a while away, but yeah, he should hopefully level over time. And if he doesn't, we'll deal with it. There's a shipwreck here as well, which we may want to stop by at. Okay, either way. You, full speed to Remos. Oh, did I summon you at the wrong place? I got too excited, didn't I? Oh, that's unfortunate. You're at Urbino, eh? Alright, fine. We'll go to Remos. And then we'll join up there. And reduce that cost even further once Katrina Drury gets here. Oh, she can actually do it by sea. Be much better. Alright, you can go into regular stance. Can you get any boarding crew here? No, but you will want to transfer these units to a ferry. Troop ferry. Oh! Wait. Didn't we just delete... Oh, you're right here, Charlie. Let me think. Let me think about this. Yeah, now we can just transfer another temporary lord. Alrighty, your income from raiding. We don't want you to get angry and leave us because of your loyalty. We'll do a murderer, I guess. Probably going to be a temporary army. Route Marcher is what you need, and we'll keep it to that for now. We'll take these units. Hopefully Gangpresser Sea Legs won't become low loyalty. Huh, does loyalty for these guys reduce construction? No, it doesn't. It does not. Raise that cost, though. That would be useful as well, or would have been, but whatever. Anyway, you take this stuff. Like so. How's your loyalty looking? Still at 8? Good. Don't need the giant blade. That will probably make you unhappy about your loyalty. No, it's still fine. Lose the sire. No, actually, you could... No, wait, not you. Lose keep the ship necromancer, though. Okay. The siren needs to go on O'Bones McDonald. Right here. Wait. Lots of ancillaries. Oh, I love us. This one episode's gonna do so much for us in terms of snowballing the campaign. O'Bones, head out there. And I guess the heroes need to head out there, too. You're gonna prepare to attack Rakarth with the Ghost and Mourngul army. And honestly, while we're doing admin stuff, let's get a few more names in here. Why not? Sirens. There have been plenty of siren suggestions. Sad opera noises. And one, and then you shall be screaming the screaming gulls. And then you shall be the ghostly gals. And let's say a few Mourngulls. I don't want to spend the entire time naming, though. Mourngul's leg day. Fantastic name. And Jaw Droppers, also fantastic name. Some great Mourngul names, love it. And you shall be half-mast Hellmakers. Very much on theme for Harry, who's going to be getting this army. Very nice. Alright, good enough for now. Let's keep going. I get very excited by materials, let's say, clearly. Alright, now, let's take a look at what we have here. The 1,000 Maws want to peace out, but alas, they're not going to get it. Bear Legion surprisingly remains alive. We can do a trade agreement with Clan Moors, but unfortunately they're not liked very much by our allies, so I think we'll hold off on that. Clan Scar. I don't know where you... Oh, you're right beside these guys. Yeah, you know what, fine. Give us money. And military access. No defensive alliance yet with Clan Spittle. Fester wants... Yeah, we're not gonna do that. And the rest I think is fine. Don't really care about the Black Pit Tribe or the 1,000 Maws because we'll be raiding them. Alright. How's our money looking? Pretty okay. Now let's get a few buffs up there. Oh, materials, let's see. This is the time to build everything expensive, but it's also... I mean, we could build this on the last turn of it since there's no hurry. Because we might be able to reduce it with the with these guys, if it's possible. So we'll have to wait on that. But everything else that needs to be fully upgraded needs to be fully upgraded now. Trantio, you are fine. We don't care about the nooses. Lucchini. If we're building something here, we should build it. How close is Lucchini? Down here, right? Yeah, we'll have to sail on by 12 of these major settlements. Alright, we'll wait on that. What about you? Myrmidons? Yes. Ports upgrading. Territories upgrading for much cheaper. And meat market for you? You already have the... Oh, you have a port, so yeah, no, you don't have the meat market, but you can have the back alleys. Fantastic. Riveriati, Varezza will wait on you. Terren, there's nothing that is important here, so I think we'll wait on you as well. Most likely we'll just build the Midnight Gambling Den, but with only a single port. It's also not super worth our time. Keep going. Appuccini Mountains, yes to the secret tunnels. A lost Kipnea. Meat market, and... just build a pirate gallows, screw it. Grow them faster. And then, of course, another one of these back alleys. Lovely. I was going to build the defensive structures here, but then I ended up not doing it. Well, let's hope that doesn't come back to bite us. This may be a good time to start upgrading those pirate gallows everywhere. We're obviously not building anything at that place. Gualata, we will be trading next turn. River Riazza, yes to the swag sacks, yes to the meat market, and yes to the other meat market. Can't have too many meat markets. Nice. We should start collecting income here relatively soon as well. Ooh, Susuria Wood, you're ready for an upgrade, but I think we'll wait until we can reduce the costs with the nearby lord. Yes, we can upgrade you, though I'm a little bit worried about something here getting attacked and taken over, so we'll have to watch out. We'll delete this building and the zombie watch posts. We will upgrade Silsona. No, we will upgrade Gualcazar. And I'll upgrade Silsona as well. Alright. And we'll keep these here for now. Ah, you can also build gunnery whites here. If we need to send a gunnery white forward, this may be a decent option to do it. In fact, we could do it right now and send one out to dig. I don't know if it's super necessary. Campaign line of sight on this guy. Just use him temporarily to dig around. You know what? I like that idea. Go and dig. Since we have this place, I feel like we should use it. Milena we will keep. Though I'm a little bit concerned about it. And I guess we'll get the main market here immediately. And then lastly, the vault switch. I'm still unsure whether we will keep. And where are you going, sir?
Lady of the Blade.
I'm wary of upgrading these territories, but you know what, let's upgrade them. At the very least, even if we do trade them, they will be worth a little bit more. Let's get Tree and Noose and Tree and Noose. It's not like we're looking to make money here. Still have a little bit of money remaining, and thus we will want to spend it on those places that need to continue growing. Not this place, because it's already nearly growed out to the max. At 400 gold apiece. Okay, not you, though. Sartosa, you're fine. Varezzo, you are fine-ish. Counterpoint. We could still build a couple of things here. Don't really care about the pirate gallows. We will want to get, let's say, another admiral's mausoleum for various capacities. And yes, we will upgrade the hidden fences here. I missed that. And I guess we'll get the pirate gallows here as well. Spend all the money while we have materials at sea. It's going to be 6 turns of not recruitment, effectively, because we want to spend every single point, every single bit of cash we have on this stuff. But then afterwards, massive amounts of recruitment, because our empire will have grown in terms of its economy pretty, quite a bit, let's say. Alright, next up, I want to see whether we can trade, well, I guess we can wait. I was going to say we trade all of this stuff, but we don't have to necessarily do it right now. We can build up a few things, like you. We could upgrade these fairly cheaply as well. Upgrade them for our allies. Nah, that's a waste of money. Alright, good enough. Skip unassigned skill points. Garrison Lord non-moved, and Aranessa, it's time to go. We could level up, but frankly, I don't think we'll need it. I do think that this might be worth fighting, mostly because our army is at, I don't know, 2/3 of its HP, so it'll be a little bit tougher than usual. Away you go. Alrighty, here we go. This is probably the last time we ever fight a major battle against the forces of Baric Var, so we should probably enjoy it while we can. And besides, our army is hurt, and the enemy has some nice stuff. Plenty of heroes in their army and some slayers, which may very well give us a little bit of trouble. Anyway, we're going to start the battle off as we always do with Queen Bess absolutely wrecking face. That unit of miners getting completely destroyed. Both by Bess and those Sartosan carronades. I'm watching those big old shots arc over. That one is going to be something of a miss, though it looks like the Thunderers took hits from other things anyway, and will probably continue taking hits from Bess. Out here we're having our deck gunners work on the enemy explosive towers, which we really need to do, as the explosive towers are working on our Sartosans, bringing them down by maybe 20% of their HP for that unit, doing a little bit of damage to one of our deck gunners and hurting this Sartosan unit as well. Sorry, Landlubber Misfits. I'm sure you'll have fun taking your revenge. Ogre Pistols move forward with the goal of trying to knock down the enemy gyrocopters, but the rest of our units are streaming in. There's that Norse Roar, Aranessa, Billy Butcher, and Jesse all move in. Alright, they're going to start taking hits, but of course we've got hand cannon wielding rotting Promethean gunnery mobs on the way, and they are pretty good at fighting off blobs like this, though we will have to watch out for damage from those enemy slayers. Alrighty, some nice hits from all of our units, and the enemy continues to blob up, but they've blobbed up in only a single street, which means we can move down this one instead. A little bit more damage on the liver cirrhose here, but the ogres are in to chase down, stop the enemy corlers from firing, and thereafter to focus down those gyrocopters once they've made their way closer. Looks like the enemy lord has joined the defense, and this side trying to face off against Billy Butcher here. Though Aranessa and Jesse and the crabs will make their way forward as soon as they're done with all these slayers and longbeards. No, those are dwarf warriors, not longbeards, but close enough. Although the longbeards would probably resent me saying close enough. Anyway, let's see how we're doing here. Get a nice shot overhead. There's a fog of the damned coming down to completely drop that melee attack. 23 melee attack on a slayer is pretty unfortunate, considering they're pretty fragile and have no melee defense, so that's basically their one advantage taken away from them. Man, I love Morngul Haunters. They're such a great hero. Back in the day when Vampire Counts didn't have access to regular Mornguls, I was always jealous of the fact that they did when I was playing the Vampire Counts. Now I'm just jealous of not getting the Morngul Haunters. And it's still bizarre because Morngulls aren't sea creatures, but whatever. Anyway, the Ogre Pistols versus those Gyrocopters is generally very much in our favor. And Gyrocopter is popping down, and a couple more hits will bring the remaining two down, and we can switch. Wow, looks like they smacked into each other for a second there. Would be neat if air units could, when charging each other, essentially crash into each other and fall out of the sky. But if that was a thing, it would probably be extremely abusable. Alrighty. And besides, gyrocopters in particular, since they use those spinning blades of theirs, it's a little bit different. You expect them to be a little robust, like all dwarven tech. Anyway, gyrocopters are outie, and they are broken, so they might come back, but it probably won't matter. And by that point, looks like Aranessa and Billy have together chased down the enemy lord, and the crabs are making their way into the settlement to support the ogres. And down here, we are still just picking apart enemy units with our artillery, the Sartosan carronades, but now, with the help of the deck gunners, which have moved closer, and just gunning down anything they can fight. And very nice. I'm gonna break these dwarf warriors here. More work for our hand cannons, and I guess our ogre pistols. And by hand cannons, I mean the Rotting Promethean gunnery mobs, but you know. I suspect, because when you compare the damage dealt by the Rotting Promethean gunnery mobs versus the regular Rotting Prometheans, and the damage is so much higher in the gun types, most of the damage that comes in from them is thus, I guess, from those hand cannons, not handguns. But anyway, I'll speed it up a little bit as we make our way forward. We got another unit of slayers in the way that we're going to not send our units of ogres first because they have taken a little bit of damage over the fight. Anyway, turned out to be a nice little battle. Oh, I gotta love those animations from those Morngul Haunters. Plus, they look like they're having a lot of fun. And we're going to help them out a little bit with some of those army-bound abilities. In fact, all the army-bound abilities to try to knock those slayers out as fast as possible, which by the looks of it, should be pretty darn fast. The army abilities are also going to be pretty much useless in terms of damaging our crabby boys. So we're fine firing on them where we can hit them. Alright, and I believe well, I guess the Slayers won't rout because they're unbreakable, but nonetheless. Out here we've got a little bit of a face-up between Petey the Tale-Teller and an enemy engineer, just firing at each other, or firing at units that are nearby. And ooh, this guy's He's got a little bit of cover by virtue of being on a hill. We can see a lot of the pistol shots from the Sartosa militia actually missing. Kind of neat. I don't think the AI is doing that on purpose, but it's almost like a hull-down tank, whereas he's using the curve of the hill to shield himself. Anyway, some bomb throws coming in, and then there's the cackle fruit coming in from our gunnery white. Still plenty of HP left on those longbeards, however, so we're going to have to be careful. Doing a little bit of kiting with our Sartosans. They're going to turn around and try to chase, and thus we are going to turn around and back off while the artillery and the deck gunners fire on the longbeards. Often feel bad for fighting dwarfs with these types of armies, or at least armies that have a lot of run and gun potential, as the dwarfs are too slow to capitalize on it, and once their artillery is gone, there ain't too much they can do. Alright, they're shaken, they're winded, and soon they will be gone. How are we doing back here? The Slayers have been destroyed, and the enemy has moved in some longbeards for the crabs to overrun. And overrun them they shall. With a little bit of help from all those ogres as well. Maybe I should have just moved the ogres out somewhere else. Like looped around. Or we're gonna make it through eventually anyway. Not like we're in a hurry and going anywhere. Also, I'm pretty sure Aranessa is in the middle of this somewhere. I wonder how much damage she's dealt so far. 74 kills and about near 11,000 damage. And not too bad. And Jesse is at 30 kills and 8k damage. Not horrible as well. Yeah, they're not quite matching the gunnery mobs, who are doing better. Pronstar's at 17k damage here. But still doing pretty okay. Alrighty, looks like that Longbeard's unit is out. How are we doing out here? This Longbeard's unit is out as well. Let's speed it up a little bit, and another unit of Longbeards is going to make their way forward. Alrighty, gonna have to try to hit this one with our artillery as best we can after they stop trying to fire on the ones that are running. Still have that Master Engineer to deal with as well. And are these guys hidden? I remember these guys popping in and out of the... popping in and out of vision for some reason. Probably due to these guys going over the hill or something. There we go, some nice hits from those deck gunners, not bringing down too many of them, but a few more volleys like that, I'm sure, will dish out plenty of damage. These guys have 110 armor. They are pretty heavily armored, and there's a shot from Queen Bess stopping them in their tracks and preventing them from chasing the Sartosans down, which was pretty nice. How are we doing out here? We're nearly at the enemy key building. Been a fairly long battle so far, but it can't last much longer as we only have a few more things to kill. Honestly, if the roles were reversed, if the AI didn't get those leadership cheats that it does, I'm sure our own units would have routed at this point due to army losses. Though these guys are looking to follow suit fairly shortly as well. Alright, here come the man-eaters trying to charge in ahead of those crabby boys simply because they're faster. Not to worry, there will be plenty of meals for all of you. Alright, and Thunderers are out of here. Quarreler is about to follow suit. There is a unit, there is a Runesmith here, but he's getting absolutely ripped apart by that Mourngull Haunter. As I've said, I do find them to be pretty effective at everything, and that includes hero hunting. And the battle goes to 100% in our favor as the last of the enemies and decide to shatter, and the battle is ours. Lovely. Lovely. And we did take a bit of damage on a few of our units, namely the Sartosans. These two got particularly hurt by this tower and before it got captured and stopped firing at them. Perhaps what I should have done is kept them back and allowed the tower to fire on our monstrous infantry instead, but oh well. Not a huge deal, we'll recover just fine, and it's not like anything around here is a threat to Aranessa. Alright, very nice. A lot tougher when we start the battle already damaged. Gotta appreciate that. Very well done, Aranessa. As usual, Queen Bess, 80,000 damage. The deck gunners no slouches, and the ogres knocked out all of those enemy gyrocopters for us. Plenty of damage on the units of Rotting Promethean gunnery mobs, in particular the Crusty Crabs and the Prawn Stars. And both did fantastically well and way better than the ogres, which is kind of interesting considering the fact that the ogres have much better stats on paper. But because these guys have their hand cannons, I guess they're able to do much more damage to infantry blobs. Very nice. Scabby Eye Camp is worth 8.5k if we sack it, but we're trading it, and we're trying to maintain a decent amount of money. On the other hand, this one we're going to be trading to the Blue Roses, not the... not the ogres, and thus... maybe we can sack it. Sack it. And then income from post-battle loot. Nice, we can't reach the next territory anyway, and we have a Scroll of Blast, which is relatively useless. Nessie, go into regular stance, and enter Scabby Eye Camp. Occupy. Oh, lovely. Northern Badlands secure, though not for much longer. It'll all be traded, and dredge the sea for the campaign movement range in case we end up staying in this territory, like if we have to hunt these guys down. I imagine they'll either raid or raise, or rather sack or raise Dehala's camp. We'll also have to decide whether we head to Baric or down to these guys, and ooh, well, I see Belagar's here. How strong is he? 2 territories? Not very strong at all. Fantastic. Well, maybe not fantastic, but, you know, it works for us, is what I'm getting at. Anyway, I believe that's it for this turn. We do have some money remaining, but a ton of money to be spent next turn, so we'll do that at that time. And we'll forego any recruitment, as I said. Alright, so skip unassigned skill points, garrison not move, damaged building. Probably the new territory that we just took, which we do have to trade, so I guess repair it. Oh, on the bright side, we got to keep the Lagoon of Drowned Sailors here, so that also works. End the turn. Oh, materials at sea. I do so love you.
Do you wish to join us?
Alrighty, it gets Claw, Clan Scryer. You want us to join war against Bordlow Errant? We'll probably have no choice but to do so at some point, but right now, there's no real need. I see ogres are moving here, and yes, this guy's going to attack, but we're not going to bother. Is he going to capture it? No. Actually, good move to do this with a single entity like this, because, that means we can't move to Berg de Wasbeg quite yet, huh? Okay. And also, what are these ogres doing here, I wonder? They're probably heading towards the Cult of Sigmar, I would imagine. Alright, ally mobilizes, settlement sag to Howl's camp, words of pain, plus 10 per turn for all armies. Yes, winds of magic recovery. We're gonna need it. You... try to hunt these guys down. They'll probably run. We should be able to auto-resolve them reasonably easily. Ooh, if you can be in the range of this guy, that'd be fantastic. Yes, indeed. Oh, you just screwed that entire army over. We're not gonna bother fighting these guys because they're too weak, so let's just do that. And to resolve them, it's just a pile of huntsmen. A little bit too weak. Our artillery would have taken care of them all. And we're not going to bother healing up. Oh, actually, we will bother healing up because 140 money ain't worth our time. Assimilate captives. Alright, and we're going to need 2 heroes by the looks of it. Okay.
Fear the pirate queen.
And, why do we keep getting these guys? Curious. Not a bad thing, though. We'll be able to soon build... Hey, another Armor of the Deep. We'll soon be able to build some territories for free if this keeps up, which is quite nice. Nessie, go right here. Can you raid? Yes, you can.
Bring me their treasures.
Wait, we can reach the... No, there's no way. No. We can't reach the pile of bones. I should have checked a little bit better, but no, we can't. We'll repair the Howl's camp. And keep everything else as it is. We have... these guys are lucking us reasonably well enough right now, so... Yeah. Alright. Alright, well done, Maddie. You... are headed to the Circle of the Sun, which you can reach in a single bound. It's gonna cost a little bit of cash, but we'll trade it and be happy about it. We may also, occupy this please, colonize rather. We may also want to break the trade agreement with these guys. I'm really hoping that they break it themselves, but we haven't done so. Maybe if we get them to dislike us a little bit more. Anyway, Herald, you're staying here for at least a few more turns. We need to, ooh, yes, okay, so. Alright, let's see if I can figure this out, how to do this properly. You're going to talk to Herald. Oh, Bones. Bones, oh, Bones. Bonesy. And then you guys can attack the 2 lines of Dark Elven territories. So, we want to take all of this. Wait, no, we don't want to take the hero. That's staying with Harry. Well, then we want to trade him this and this. And wait, no. Oh, it's still half-mast, damn. There's an issue with the heroes. I guess I'll swap them around a little bit. I forget what you do. You are a captain of vampires, though, which is swell. I just don't remember quite what you do. Mortars, carronades. Ooh, is that fine? Keep this and this. We'll delete them. Keep these 2 carronades together with, yeah, okay. Like so. Alright, let's see if I did this right. You now are missing 4 units, which will all be heroes. Take out these 2 artillery pieces. Wait. Night Terrors. There we go, that's the missing link. Carronades out. Like so. Then I want to see what Estelle Half-Mast has. She has Raised Dead and Dark Majesty. Yeah, that's fine. What do the rest of you have? Since we have to swap it now. Well, obviously you 2 are joining the fray. You, Margaret, have... Oh, another Dark Majesty. Lots of extra character aura. Yeah, I like that. Let's do that. And then I guess O'Bones will have to lose an animated Hulk and then have Isabel Sawfish with Cunning and join him. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, keep you separate so I don't confuse you with the rest of the heroes. Beautiful. And then we'll move them to separate territories and then we'll have them attack. Speaking of attacking, Charlie Sharp and Lana the Lucky. Does it matter which one of you attacks? Not really. Play you first. Parlay stance, cannot reach the enemy. A regular stance. And Pyrrhic victory, but probably not for much longer. As we do this. Alright, no losses, no losses. Fantastic. Occupy. And that should destroy the Rapturous Excess. Book of Assure, Rotting Promethean for Lana. Province secured. Rapturous Excess. Destroyed Lana, you don't need that, and in fact you didn't equip it. We'll deal with some of the item stuff shortly as well. I wanted to get all the legendary admirals up and running so that I knew what was going where. But it may not be quite necessary. Anyway, Dredge of the Sea for you. Let's immediately upgrade... let's upgrade this place. Honestly, it probably won't matter that much. And then let's get you those slave pits up and running. And then growth as well. We will no longer need this or this here. And we probably won't need the scurvy dog pits, at least in this particular territory. Charlie... You will need to get more units, and Lana will need to get more units. We'll have to transfer them. Guelata has to go to the Skaven. Like so. And that's a lot of money that's being wasted. What can we do here? Break trade agreement with? They're not trading with anybody. Break military access with? They're not. Break non-aggression with? Break non-aggression with 1,000 Maws and the next Snappers. Because we'll be fighting both of those, and that's actually less money. Do we care about the next Snappers that much? I'd rather get the additional money. They do like each other, though. Well, nonetheless. Like this will at least get 2k. There you go. Is this a waste? Honestly, Guelata isn't worth that much, so that's not a waste. It's fine. We don't have to have every single coastline. Not every single one. Just a lot of it. Just really a lot of it. Katrina, go join this army. Alright, and temporarily, while you're here, you're going to reduce construction cost as well. I wasn't expecting to have to do this right now, but, well, that's what's happening. You are gonna reduce construction costs as well. Are we... Yes. What's the construction cost now? 4,000 gold for tier 5? Very nice. And 400 for each of these. Wait, why would we bother? We delete them. It's a tier 5. In fact, it's not the only tier 5. You, Varezzo, are done, but we're good with you, and Lucchini will need to move over there. Actually, speaking of Lucchini, build another one of these Lagoon of Drowned Sailors, I guess. Mostly for depth guard capacity. We'll want Necrofex capacity as well, but we will want to reduce the units that are there, otherwise right now it's too much. Should also probably start building some other stuff, but I'll deal with you in a second. I would like to see what else is upgradable. Miragliano, do that. I mean, I guess everything is, you know what, let's move again and let's see how much money we have. And then we'll do that. Trusty Montford, no, you're not doing anything right now. Connor Coughlin. You can't raise another boarding crew. I'd like to send those to Charlie. I don't want to get another temporary lord, damn it. But you're reducing construction cost by another 10%. On the other hand, the cost of keeping this army like this is more than you reduce, which means you're not as necessary as you might think, which means you're out. March stance, and go to Via Daza, where you will raise the other 2 units of boarding crew, and then we'll send you to join Mr. Sharp. Whereas Gang Presser Sea Legs will continue reducing the construction cost of everything. Alright. Somewhat figured out. I did warn of the admin. And yeah, 1 boarding crew, and we are maxed out on boarding crew because Maddie needs one as well, or has one as well, but she needs to replace it with... Okay, I guess we'll just delete it. We'll need to replace it with another Siren.
Blood and plunder.
If we can... I guess we can raise a Siren there. What about here? Yeah, we should be able to raise one in Citadel of Myrmidia, so we're fine. Alright, anybody else? Indiana Bones, you are keeping an eye on the vampires, our friendly vampires territories, and will continue to do so. At least until I have you build a vampire coven, or a vampire coven, a cove rather. You are heading northward to dig, but you're probably better off doing so via the water, so yeah, you'll travel faster by sea. I would imagine anyway. Alright, Tiny Tim Butters, you are going this way to dig for treasure, and I do believe that's actually everybody. Which means we continue building stuff. Alright. Alright. Gang Presser Sea Legs, you need to get into March stance, and you need to head down to... I mean, it'll be faster by sea, but we have to go to Varezzo anyway, so man, just go there this way. Alright, we won't be able to reduce everything. But a decent amount of stuff, at least. Yeah, alright. Let's take a look at what cheap stuff we can build that isn't of that type. So Al Dente and Capelli, I guess while we have materials at sea, we'll build the Scurvy Dog Pits for the additional income from ports. It's nothing crazy, but, you know, it's better than nothing. I don't see the need to build any of the... I mean, I guess we could get additional Mourngul capacity if we really wanted to. Or deck gunner capacity. No, we can't get deck gunner capacity. So no, we're fine. Trantine Hills, I should say. You're fine. North Tilea, you are fine. We are not fine here. Meat Market. Let's snowball our empire. Sartosa, you... I was gonna build something for additional capacity here. Oh, wait. This will recruitment cost for all armies in province by another 5%. So let's get another Deckhand's Boneyard here then. It's nothing crazy, but it's better than nothing. Alright, Riveriate. Varezzo will upgrade to you later, but Turenne, rather. Could have another one of these. It's only 1 port, though. Meh. I feel like I'd rather have the Mournguls or some other kind of capacity. In fact, the Mournguls are the only capacity that are useful here. Meaning, we'll build this here. Desolate Shed. We're not going to pass by this place, are we? Probably not. It's not that far, but it's enough out of our way that I wouldn't want to waste the materials at sea time. And get you upgrades. Toranrock and Circle of the Sun. We'll upgrade Circle of the Sun because we want to trade it, but not Toranrock. This stuff is also all being traded away. River Riazza, yes. Porta Booty and Dead Pirates Hamlet. Susuria Wood, we're heading out there with our construction cost reducers. Start collecting some... Oh, wow, 124, don't bother. That thing exists mostly for capacity, so I guess that doesn't matter. And I believe that's now it. At least in terms of what we gotta build. Beautiful. Next, quick deal. What do we have here? Corsairs of Spite want a non-aggression pact, but they're down to 1 territory and will soon most likely be dead. Ricard still likes us, or at the very least is afraid enough of us to try to offer us some stuff, but meh. Followers of Nagash finally willing to go for that trade agreement. I want the defensive alliance, though, to get access to their units.
Quick.
Hopefully we'll get those going at some point. And Khemri has nearly been destroyed by Village. Oh, poor Cetra.
Ready.
That's, of course, his problem. Otherwise, we are looking good to end the turn. Which we shall do. And skip. I just want to see if there's anything here, but no, there is not. And the turn, I'm wondering if I kept somebody in the wrong stance, but I don't care enough to check. I do, however, have to remember to try to level up Aranessa to get her mentor in order to try to make use of it here. Too bad we're going to destroy Vulkar the Grim, as his defeat trait is really good, and it would have been nice to get it in a few other factions. No peace treaty for you. We're going to destroy you and trade your stuff. Assuming you don't take it from our allies, but you know. As in take other stuff. Bone Rattlers, ally occupies. Very nice job to ally. Aranessa, mentor, 1 point. I don't care about the other point enough right now. We're going to head into Pillar of Bones, which should be very much auto-resolvable. Wish he didn't have to travel so far over here, but oh well. It's not like the Blue Roses were able to finish these guys off. And huh. Curious. Well, at least we'll be able to build stuff for cheap soon. Man, I can't... I guess we should have gone down here much earlier in the campaign. Well, folks, that's a pro tip, I guess, for you. If you're playing Aranessa, try to go down to fight the other human factions that aren't Southern Realmers, because you get a bunch of these -10 construction cost boise mans. Gaff Launcher. Now, you know what, we'll have the final Great Cabin ready to go soon, so we'll prioritize that. Yeah. Also, I'm wondering whether we should replace something with a Siren here. Like the Lichbone Pennant. I mean, on the other hand, these guys need to grow more than you do right now, so yeah. Maybe not. Alrighty, Maddie. You are more or less good here. I would like you to raise another Siren. March stance, please. And, you're close to this territory. Maybe we can get you to go to Baric Var. Also, you still have not betrayed your trade agreement, damn it. I might do it myself at some point. Let's move you. Through the Citadel of Myrmidia. This will continue upgrading. Then you will raise 1 Siren, and then maxes out your army. Beautiful. I might replace the Barnacle Buckets and Little Bessie with Necrofex Colossi later on for her army, and then we'll just transfer the names to the Necrofex as needed. Call it an upgrade. And you can keep moving, yeah? Go on. I was wondering if there was anybody to raid here, but there isn't really. Raiding, Scabby Eye Camp. Hopefully they don't set up an ogre camp. We need to ally with them so that they don't, but right now we don't have the capacity to do so. Or capability. Maybe if we trade this entire territory to them, they'd be willing. But then if they're not, it's the entire territory wasted on them. Hard to say. Anyway, Harold, you need your new heroes on the field, which means you are going to join his army. Replenish troops, Margaret Sharp.
No prey, no pay.
I hunger.
Like so, and you two will join as well. Join the Navy, folks. Alright. The Pirate Navy. And there we go, army complete. I'm excited to get this one going. Gonna get a few hex rates in here as well later on, and possibly a Mortis engine, if we can. Start moving towards Ricard. You, Bony Boy, are going to move to Magritta. wherein you will do two things. Thing the first, Isabel will join your army in place of the unnamed animated Hulk. Unnamed, for a good reason. Like so. Tiny Tim Butters, you're gonna move up north. The dig, and you will build your officer's cabin, and you will also build your pirate crew growth buff. Nice. And with regards to this stuff, we'll deal with it later, as I don't care enough about it at the current time. Beautiful. Alrighty, gang presser sea legs. You still have work to do, work aplenty. Move through Farafa, or I guess you can briefly reduce the cost of something. We also need this guy, who did not get the ancillary in question. Who needs to move up here? What are we building in Rafrafa? There is one port, and once again, it seems not worth it to build buffs for only a single port, even at 400 money. Ooh, or maybe it is. At tier 5, it'll be making 1200 gold for a single thing. Oh, actually, I lied. Here we'd build the back alleys anyway. Oh, and I just realized. Okay, no, this place already has the back alleys, so yeah, that's fine. Alright, fine. Let's build more Morngul capacity. I do like my Mornguls. They're very, very nice. Alright, and then otherwise you can go to Varezzo. And we will cheaply build the Tomb of First Mates and the Dead Pirate Stronghold for only 4k. How many more turns do we have of this? 4. I'd love to get you to Sartosa before then. We need to pass by Susuria Wood, though, which is a bit of a problem. It's a little bit far, but anyway. Lana and Charlie. Okay, so how do we deal with you? First of all, we no longer need most of this stuff. And Lana specifically. Do we just get rid of the Sartosa militia? These guys are gonna have completely different armies than what they're holding here. Maybe we move back briefly. Oh, we could send one of them to destroy the orcs here. I kinda like that. Alright, here's what we'll do. Take out the zombie-powered gunnery mob. Keep the artillery pieces for now, though I'm not 100% sure whether they'll be necessary. And then give 1, 2, 3, 4 units to Lana. Like so. I might transfer them to another temp army. In fact, we may have... Maybe we should do it right now. I don't know how many artillery pieces she's gonna have, but we can... Yeah, alright, fine. Fine. Another temporary lord. I guess a raiding lord, though. Murderer... There's lots of murderers, though. Instigator, murderer, damn it. No raiders, eh? I mean, honestly, murderers are better. To be fair. I guess fine. We'll go Lure of Vampires Murderer for a Vampire Fleet Captain with Pistol. Like so. Penny Sharp. Charlie Sharp and Penny Sharp. And you can go into an camp. We'll transfer all of this stuff to you for now. May come back for some of it. I do want an army with some of the regular marauding Prometheans. Then Lana, you have to go get yourself some Norskins for your new army, and then Charlie, you can move this way as well. Neither of you are needed here, except for a little bit of attrition, but whatever. Not like you'll lose your troops. Alright. Looking good. Looking very good. Rusty Monford, you are good as well, Connor Coughlin. Oh, we are rapidly running out of time. I was hoping for another battle, but it may no longer be quite possible. I see none remaining. Unfortunately. Try here. Or I guess around here. I'm just looking for the boarding crew, the last boarding crew for this guy, and you have none either. Maybe 7 will be sufficient. I didn't do the count. Alright, head to Miragliano and loop around. I guess technically he has to come to you, doesn't he, since we're going after these orcs up here. And we'll delete you after... Ah, you have the boarding crew. And actually, we can get more, it's just that I don't think we'll have the capacity for it. Alright, lovely. And we are looking good. Treasure Coven. Out to sea. Indiana Bones. Stick around. Maybe for Fildorf. Nah, Fildorf's gonna fall. Vlad is right here. Vladdy. We really need to start raiding these guys so that we can get friendly with you, or just straight up declare war on them. We'll have to see. Quick deal. Alright, I guess we're advancing a few more turns. You know what, maybe we should just start trading with the Barrow Legion. I wasn't expecting them to survive, but now that they're doing so...
Hear your words, your riddle.
Why not? Trade agreement, another vampiric ally would be quite helpful to us. And no more trade with the Ghost of Glan Boreal. I'm not sure we want to deal with them right now. Baric Var, Cult of Sigmar, etc. Let's build whatever buildings remain. Alright, Al Dente, yes to the Midnight Gambling Den, yes to the building at Lucchini, though we'll come back and build the more expensive stuff afterwards. Midnight Gambling Den as well. Good. Wait, what do we build? Oh, I guess we could just build the Necrofex building here for Necrofex capacity. Yeah, that's probably the way. Trantine Hills, you are fine. Black Peninsula. Money and ports. It's all about money and ports, and I guess the adjacency bonuses from the back alleys. North Tilea, you're fine. Sartosa, fine for now. So we can trade you. And then these things will build once we can reduce them. Hopefully we can get there in time to reduce them. Alright, keep building the hidden fences here as well. Nice. The really good thing about materials at sea, other than the fact that it snowballs your campaign, is the fact that, as we can see, we're starting to lose a lot of the admin that we will need to build later on, which means we won't have to pay attention as much to the crazy amount of admin, which is great. Alright, Gualcazar, yes, we are keeping you, so we will start with the Scurvy Dog Pits, and then we will get the Plunder Pile, Money and Public Order, Meat Market here, Meat Market there. And Port and Meat Market. And lastly, you get the back alleys. And lastly, Susuria Wood. I guess we can build you just because you're there. I mean, I guess we're going to reduce the cost of everything. Mostly it's Susuria Wood itself that we have to upgrade, but we're basically out of money. Actually, you know what, don't bother with the growth thing. We need the cash more. Anyway, skip, and end one more turn. I'd like to get one more battle going if possible, but I'm not sure that we'll find one. Well, let's just see, though. Who knows? I've been pleasantly surprised before. Alright, Cult of Sigmar quickly rebuilding. We have the Pillar of Bones here, and we have Obsidian. Maybe it is worth it to take this stuff. Ono Roxborough. You have ended our trade agreement. I don't even know who you are. Okay, well, unfortunate, but if they attack us, they attack us. Oh, maybe they're near to this territory, which is why they did that? Could be. It's a possibility. Coin from the Curse, income from Smuggler's Cove, buildings versus 3,000 gold. Considering we have just 2 Smuggler's Cove, it's... Well, actually, we have 1. So I guess we just take the... Yeah, just take this one. Slay the Cur. Money. Oh. I should have given us a read. A rival band of pirates have requested access to some of our coves and are willing to pay for it. Should we allow them to shelter in our territory, or kill them and liberate the loot they're currently carrying? Slay the curs, obviously. Alright, Nessie, you can go to either one. Let's go for Serpent's Fang first. The ogres can't reach either one, but... Oh, will you not be able to via Parley? Let's not risk it. And this faction will be done. I also have a fear that these guys will declare war on us, but, well, not much we can do about that. Encircle first. And now we can't switch to Parley. I was hoping for that little extra bit of cash. Oh well. And tiny bit of damage, occupy the place. We're not going to sack it because she'd move away. And more of these guys. Yeah, we're gonna take a bunch of heroes, put them in one Lord's army, and then have minus 100% construction cost, which will be quite nice. Really should have moved down here earlier. How was I to know? Alrighty. Okay, I'm looking for a battle. Otherwise, there's a lot of admin, and I think I'll do the rest of the admin for this turn over the end of the episode. You... Where is this? Tarosa? Ah, it's in this territory. Doesn't quite do what I'd like. Alright, fine. Tiny Tim, move here. There's a little army here. So, Boney, I guess you're going to move, but you're not going to move any further than that. As in not in march stance. like so, in camp. And then quickly, let's do one battle. Parley stance to Rosa. I guess we're not raiding anymore. We're gonna start taking territory. Now, are you at war with anybody? Clan Eshin. And oh, Clan Eshin is here. We're probably gonna kill off Clan Eshin as well. We will join your war against Rakarth if you give us not a lot of money. But nonetheless, do it. We can't have these armies just sitting around here not really doing anything. Alright, let's level up and then let's strike. You have Haunting Horror, let's max that out for those Sirens, and let's get a Vasti. Nice. Next up, we have the 2 Vampire Fleet Captains. You have Drowned Dead and Invocation of Nehek maxed out. Is there anything here that buffs Sirens? We have Weapon Strength for Morngulls. Feed the fish. Nice. And, literally none of the others do anything for Sirens. Alright, well, let's get Deception. I wanted to get stock for you. It's quite nice because it'll mean pretty much the entire army is hidden. Let's focus on Invocation of Nehek with you. And Drowned Dead and Drowned Dead. Alright, then you two. Probably around the same level. Start with Scavenge, and then move into probably Aranessa. The physical resistance and the killing cold, most definitely. I do like Materialize. Gonna have to go with Materialize. Alright. And same with you. Materialize, Scavenge, Aranessa, and oh, we don't get the Killing Cold, which means I'll take the Killing Cold instead. Scavenge, Materialize. Should have gone for Aranessa possibly, but it's fine. Alright. Ghostly Army, begin. Do we have defenses here worth fighting? Yeah, we do. We do. At least for our first debut battle for these guys. Pyrrhic Victory, I might add. And they've got Executioners, and they've got Blackguard of Naggarond. Tier 4 units. Sirens are only Tier 2, and Morngulls are Tier 3. Even the Night Terrors are Tier 3. Interesting. Ooh, Tier 5. They've got Dread Knights as well. Lovely. Alrighty, the Ghostly Army here at last. I mean, the Morngulls aren't ghosts, but nonetheless, they are awesome, and I can't wait to see them in action. I've always loved the Morngull models, both Haunter and regular. They're such a cool looking unit, though there are a lot of really awesome units in the Vampire and Vampire Coast rosters. Maybe I'm biased, who knows? I resent that, but anyway. I mean, between Morngulls and Depth Guard and Necrophax Colossi, these guys have got some awesome stuff. But anyway, we are going to hit the enemy from multiple directions. This time around, the enemy will assuredly send in their melee to block us off while their missiles do damage. So we're going to send Hans Deep Blue around with a couple squadrons, I don't know. A couple units of Sirens and the half-mast Hellmakers Morngulls to capture this minor supply location, destroy this Tier 4 tower, and then loop around to help the rest of our units out. While the biggest blob of units that we have, led by the Night Terrors, as well as the... where are you here? Still Half-Master Vampire Fleet Captain will move in around. Now, out of curiosity, are the Night Terrors just red? Wait, let's see. Their physical resistance is at 50%, whereas the Morngul's regular resistance is at 50% as well. I was wondering if the Night Terrors were ethereal by virtue of the way that they look. But anyway, we'll see how effective they are. Oh, and there we go. We've got all the colors of the Morngul rainbow here. Nice. Alright, we'll see them do their thing shortly, but in the meantime, others are doing their thing. The Morngulls and Sirens heading into battle to join our Vampire Fleet Captain Admiral, and the enemy will counter with some of those Dread Knights Tier 5 units and those Dark Riders, though of course the Dark Riders will get absolutely wrecked. Now we do have to watch out for that enemy magical tower firing at us. It is presumably magical damage, and it is a Tier 4 and splash damage as well, which makes it fairly scary. And the Dread Knights will certainly be able to hold for a decent amount of time and take plenty of attacks here. Ooh, I like the way that the Fog of the Damned sort of matches the Sirens and Ghostly units in general. Really nice to have the Lure of the Deeps available for a ghostly army, sort of ghost fleet theme, and that we can pull off. Anyway, those guys are fighting, and we have captured the minor supply location and destroyed the tier 4 tower here, and are going to join the fray against additional units out here. And looks like the enemy did, to some degree, anticipate this, and will send some bleak swords in to block us off. And I see some dread spears in the background as well. Although Hans Deep Blue and his coterie of ghosties and Mourngulls will probably have no trouble dealing with them. And as soon as they break through their lines, they will be able to move towards the enemy range, so it's only a matter of time until those crossbow bolts fire no longer. Now let's see how we're doing back here, taking a little bit of damage on the Vampire Fleet Captain. I do believe he got trapped by the unit of Dread Knights, or one of the units of Dread Knights, though it looks like the other unit has been pretty much destroyed in turn. There is, I believe, there's a unit of Dread Knights and a unit of Executioners here, and the Executioners and Dread Knights just got their murderous mastery up and running, making them extremely scary. 138 weapon strength on a 60 entity unit rather, and that is damn scary. And 168 on those Cold One Dread Knights, and their armor piercing, their lethal poison, their melee attack is insane. They're very nice units, and that's without any buffs. Anyway, in the meantime, up here we've got our units moving in. The Night Terrors hitting the enemy Blackguard Corsairs in the back, while the Sirens distract the enemy Blackguard of Nagaron. Probably better to let them do so, rather than using Mourngulls and getting them overrun. And then we can simply hit the Blackguard from the back and the sides with our units of Mourngulls. There we go, red and blue, and very easy to see here. And oh wow, I thought the Vampire Fleet Captain was part of the environment. Kind of blended in there for a second, and it looked like it came out of that little fire. Alright, well, the Blackguard are very much in trouble. Murderous prowess or murderous mastery or not, they're completely surrounded here, and even more Mourngulls are moving in to hit them in the back. And follow up with even more Sirens. And there we go, the Mourngull Haunter right in the center of that fray. And I do believe the enemy here are out and the point is captured. A little bit more work to do, but the battle will be ours shortly. Looks like they are still holding here with those Dread Knights and Executioners, but that one is hardly surprising, as their elite units and they're helping each other out and blocking us from making our way through. On the bright side, the Bleak Swords and Dread Spears have broken, which means our Sirens and Mourngulls stream forth to hunt the enemy range units. This crossbow unit has been firing this entire time. 0 kills, but nearly 5,000 damage. Alright, lovely that we're not losing models. And it's also lovely that even in the darkness of this particular map, the Sirens remain very much visible. It'll be so nice if we can get a few Mortis engines in a few of these armies. They will come in really handy. Alright, and I see a unit of Executioners has recovered, but probably not recovered for long, and it'll be too late to stop us from destroying the enemy range. Those units that have captured the center of the enemy settlement are coming down the ramp now, and will be hitting the enemy in the back, though it looks like we won't actually need to as the enemy army begins to rout and shatter. Beautiful. Battle is ours. Certainly some enemy elites had to be fought, and they were able to, well, certainly not give as good as they got, but certainly did some damage to a few of our units. But as we saw, a lot of that damage was dealt to HP and not knocking out models, so I'm pretty happy with the result. First, a little battle with our ghostly army, and I'm expecting plenty more good ones. Alright. Very, very nice. Gotta love watching those ghostly units and go to work. We got over 10,000 damage on at least one of them. Very nice. The Night Terrors, 117, and it looks like the Half-Mast Hellmakers got 20k damage and 139 kills. All with reasonably decent HP. I mean, a lot of them did get down to about half HP, but didn't lose enough models for it to be a concern in that particular battle. Also, Hans Deep Blue, 11,000 damage on you. Nice. Alright, we are going to occupy the place, Tarosa. Spell Shield and Headsman enemy leadership -2, always nice to see. Well done once again, Harold, you never do anything half-mast. We are going to take Cabreros next with O'Bones here with his, well, not quite new army, but at least improved army, and then we'll probably send him out to sea once we've taken this stuff, because he's self-sustaining by virtue of having his army. And be having access to shipbuilding. Gotta remember to get the other 2 legendary admirals on the field. Just gotta finish up gunnery crews before profit goes away. Anyway, with that, we're obviously out of time. Wanted to get another cinematic battle going before the episode was over, since it was so admin heavy, and I hope that one was worth it. Expecting plenty more good stuff from the Ghostly Army, so stay tuned for more. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments, especially to Threshold. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.